I've just got some closing questions, and then we'll adjourn after that. I just want to do a quick review before I ask these last couple of questions. From the information that we obtained from the Select Committee on January 6th, transcribed interviews, logs from DOD officials, we have a timeline of the authorization process of the National Guard. We know on January 3rd that President Trump ordered that the Guard be readied for potential deployment based on intelligence that had been received. As I mentioned earlier, Secretary Miller did testify to the Select Committee. He had full authorization to deploy the National Guard on January 6th, did not need any additional authority from the President of the United States. There was a breakdown in an order. Secretary Miller testified that he gave an order to deploy the National Guard to the Capitol. Somewhere there was a breakdown in that order, whether it was communication or a delay. Sergeant Major Brooks, if General Walker were to give you a direct order, you lawfully and according to your oath, same oath I took when I joined the military, you were obligated to carry out that lawful order, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Any moral, legal authority order given is my responsibility to carry out, yes, sir.
If you did not carry out that order, would that be considered dereliction of duty?
Absolutely, and General Walker could take action against me, yes, sir.
Do you feel that there was dereliction of duty in the chain of command on January 6th?
Not within the D.C. National Guard, sir, but from higher levels, yes, sir. I do believe that senior officials within the Secretary of the Army and senior officials in the Army staff were derelict in relaying the authorization from Secretary Miller down to the appropriate level of execution, which would have been Major General Walker, sir.
Okay. Thank you. I know that's hard. It's a difficult question, and I apologize for that. But to get to the truth, we need to know what really happened. While we're here, and this is open to anyone that can answer this appropriately, and maybe I'll direct it to General Dean to start with. Secretary McCarthy claims that he was making a tactical level CONOP plan at the MPD headquarters. Did you ever see this plan?
Not only did I not see the plan, he was at the wrong agency. So the lead federal agency for this particular event was the Capitol Police. Right. So my question is why are you at the MPD headquarters and not at Capitol Police? Because the Capitol Police has responsibility for the security of the Capitol.
Okay, that was my follow-up question, because the deployment was to the Capitol. So did General Walker ever discuss a plan with anyone?
Yes.
Okay, Sergeant Brooks.
Oh,
Or,
yes,
or
sir.
who, I'm sorry, whoever. Was that you? Okay, I'm sorry, Colonel.
Yes, sir. Yeah. If the plan was get your riot gear on and get on the bus and go support Chief Stephen's son at the Capitol. Take orders from any white shirt or senior officer in the Capitol Police Department. That was the plan. That's what we did. That's what we eventually did.
Okay, so, and we have Chief Sund here. Thank you for attending today, Chief, and for your service. Once the National Guard deploys, you become under the authority of the U.S. Capitol Police. You're sworn in then, right? You're officers of the U.S. Capitol Police. So your operation plan, in reality, I guess, is get from here to there, get sworn in, and do whatever Chief Sund tells you. Is that a good summary of it?
Follow lawful order, sir. So the D.C. Guard never acts independently. We always take direction from civil authority. So we work for somebody
Right.
in the civilian side. So we would have taken direction from, that's what we did during the summer of 2020. We worked for the MPD all over the city, responding to riots in the city, or for the Secret Service Police or Park Police.
Okay, so just make sure I understand, there was a discussion of an op plan, very simple op plan, get on the bus, get to the Capitol, get sworn in, and get to work. That's the extent of really an op plan that you need. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Sergeant Brooks?
Yes, due to our normal planning operations, we already had a rally point identified for the soldiers who are on traffic control points within the city. All we had to do was communicate to those service members to rally at that point, don your riot gear. Everyone else at the armory would have been donning their riot gear and moving towards their direction. Exactly as Colonel Matthews mentioned, once we arrived, we fall under, it's called defense support to civil authorities. Once we arrive, we fall under we are supporting the civil authority. In this case, the Capitol Police would have given us direction on where to be and what to do.
Okay, thank you. This is my last question, and again, General Dean, I'll start with you since you were the senior member that would have been there at the time. The order that finally came at what time was it again?
5:09.
Captain Nick, 5:09?
Correct. I wrote 509 down in
Okay.
my wheel book.
General Dean, at 5:09, did Secretary McCarthy give General Walker the order at that time? If not, can you explain how you got the order?
My understanding is that General McConville actually gave the order, but he said he received it from Secretary McCarthy. And General Walker in turn told me, and I in turn told the Quick Response Force, it's time to move.
Okay.
Sir,
Anybody else?
Sir, I was sitting right next to General Walker in the conference room in the VTC when General McConville was not in the chain of command, so it wasn't his order. He was conveying an order that we were authorized to go, and I was told that it came from not from Secretary McCarthy, but from Secretary Miller, that we had the authorization to go. That's what I was told at the time. And so this claim that Secretary McCarthy called General Walker obviously was not true, because as Secretary McCarthy has stated, it was not true. He did not call General Walker. And the way we got it was relayed via VTC, a video teleconference.
Okay, so somebody called you up on video teleconference to give you that order then?
No, the conference was ongoing, it was running, and General McConville, Chief of Staff of the Army, happened to be on the conference talking to us, and he mentioned that we had the authorization to go.
Okay, so he just was like, what are y'all doing still here? You're supposed to go?
No, he claims that, but that's not what happened, sir.
Okay.
Someone in the back of the room said, oh, these guys are good to go now, you're good to go? He said, we're good to go. He claimed later that he asked General Walker, why are you still here? You already have the authority. That was not the case. General Walker did not. He implied that Walker had the authority, 1635 from McCarthy. He was just hanging out on the VTC while twiddling his thumbs while the city was
Okay.
in a riot condition.
Well, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, can I?
Yes, absolutely.
Can I add that it all doesn't make sense if you follow this through the chain, because if Major General Walker had been told numerous times, had been given a lawful order to do something, why was there never an action taken against Major General Walker for dereliction of duty or refusing a lawful order? There never was. There was never even an inkling of charging him with anything. So that whole narrative that we were just sitting around waiting is false. And it's disrespectful to the men and women that did that job to think that we just sat and waited while the Capitol was under attack.
Sir, may I point out, Walker told me that he wanted to send him anyway and resign. And I asked him not to do that. I said, sir, don't do that. Wait for the order.
He actually told me the same thing. So he
Absolutely.
said, he asked me, he said, should I send them? Should I send them? Should I send them? I'm going to send them. I said, don't send them. You didn't get the order. It's in writing that you can't send them. Don't send them.
Okay. I want to thank you all. I would. I'm sorry.
I have something for the record.
Okay, I'll do these and I'll recognize you for that. Do want to enter for the record a memorandum from the Secretary of the Army dated January 4th, 2021, is the employment guidance for the District of Columbia National Guard. Also, letter from the Secretary of the Army to Major General William Walker, dated January 1, 2021, recommending approval of the request of Mr. Christopher Rodriguez, Director of District Columbia Homeland Security Emergency Management, on behalf of, this is support of the civil authorities of District of Columbia.